Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Explore History. Today we discuss about Konark Temple, one of the top mystical temple of India, located in Odisha state. Let's start. Of all the places to visit in Orissa, there's one place in particular that stands out the most. Whenever you are visiting Orissa, this is the one place that everyone will recommend visiting to experience its grandeur and enormity. It's the Konark Sun Temple or Konark Surya Mandir. Located in the eponymous village of Konark, 35 kilometers from Puri, it is the remains of a temple that was constructed in the 13th century. If you are visiting Orissa, Konark Sun Temple is a place that you must visit. If you don't, then your trip to Orissa will stay incomplete. Konark Sun Temple is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and has a cultural relevance even in the 21st century. To explain this better, let's about its history, architecture, and why so revered. History. The name Konark is made of two Sanskrit words, Kona, meaning corner, and Arka, meaning sun. The town gets its name from its geographical location, which makes it look like the sun rises at an angle. The history of Konark Sun Temple and sun worship goes as far back as the 19th century BC. The Konark Sun Temple, however, was built in the 13th century. The historic region of Kalinga, which comprises major parts of modern-day Odisha and several parts of Chhattisgarh, Andhra Pradesh, and West Bengal, was ruled by the rulers of the Eastern Ganga dynasty from 5th century AD to 15th century AD. It was one of the most powerful dynasties in India, which gave existence to majestic temples like Konark Sun Temple and Puri Jagannath Temple. The Konark Temple was built by King Narasimha Deva I in 1244 to worship Surya, the sun god. Konark was chosen as its place of construction because it has been described as the holy seat of Surya in various ancient texts. Significance. Many Hindu scriptures mention Konark as an important place for worshipping the sun. There's one that says Konark was the place where the first sun temple was constructed. Samba Purana, an ancient text dedicated to Surya, tells the legend of how Samba, son of Lord Krishna, built the temple to worship the sun. It is believed that worshipping the sun was started by Samba. As the legend goes, Samba built a sun temple in the 19th century BC at the end of his 12-year-long worship of the sun at Maitriyavana. This worship cured him of leprosy that he was suffering from. Early references. In his book, The Sun Temple Konark, author Balram Mishra lists down several legends that led Narasimha Deva to build a sun temple in Konark. One of them states that King Anangabhima Deva worshipped Surya, the result of which was a longed-for son in the family whom he named Narasimha Deva. King Narasimha built the temple as an act of gratitude to Surya. Another legend, a copper plate inscription of Narasimha Deva II. In 1295 AD mentions Narasimha Deva I fulfilled the promise of his father to expand the Jagannath temple in Puri, which was built by King Anantavarman Chodaganga. As a ruler, Narasimha Deva I was a powerful monarch, and he defended his kingdom against the army of Tural Turan Khan from the Mamluk dynasty in the 13th century. In 1244 AD, Narasimha Deva I defeated Tughan Khan's army in the province of Virendra, which is now in Bangladesh, pointing arrow Ra, a region between Ganga Delta and Chota Nagpur Plateau. Architecture. The inside of Konark Temple is as glorious and magnificent as it is made to be. Its architecture has all the defining elements of the Kalinga architecture. It includes Shikara, Crown, Jagmohana, Audience Hall, Natmandir, Dance Hall, and Vimana, Tower. Several legends mention that the architecture of the Konark Surya Mandir is so accurate and intricate that the day's first light fell on the image of Surya in the sanctum sanctorum of the temple, known as the Garbhagriha. Depth of information through design. The Konark Sun Temple is built in the form of a mammoth chariot that Surya rode. It is said that Surya rode across the sky on his chariot pulled by 7 horses. The platform of Konark is engraved with 24 wheels of the chariot. The numbers 7 and 24 hold a lot of significance. Some say that the 7 horses represent the 7 days of the week, while others say that 7 horses represent the 7 components of white light that we know as the Vibgyor. Number 7 is said to be a magical number because it's present all around us, spiritually, historically, and materialistically. For instance, in Hindu weddings, the bride and groom take 7 rounds of Agni, the fire god. The periodic table has elements in the groups of 7. An octave is 7 musical notes, and so on. So, the 7 horses may just represent the magical number that surrounds us. The number 24 represents the 24 fortnight in a year and also the 24 hours of the day up pointing arrow, something that Ashok chakra in the center of the Indian flag also represents. Magnificence personified. Besides the horses and wheels at Konark, you can also view the gorgeous and intricately carved reliefs of dancers, musicians, animals, and some erotic figures on the plinth of the temple. The entirety of the chariot has carved images of cult icons and gods and goddesses. The exquisite detail of the temple can only be seen when standing right in front of it. The walls also have carvings of the daily life of the members of the Nat Mandir. The chariot of the Konark Sun Temple is 100 feet high. But what you see of the temple is what remains of it. Next to the chariot was once a 200 feet high shikara. Much of the temple's complex has been destroyed over the years due to unknown reasons, and this is what remains of it. Since the temple shows its glory even in the ruins of what it is now, it would have been 1,000 times beautiful at its peak when King Narsimhadeva originally built the temple. Up. Astronomical significance. The sundial at Konark Sun Temple has great astronomical significance. It is said that the temple's architects used their knowledge of astronomy to create the sundial, and its design is based on complex mathematical calculations that took into account the Earth's rotation and the movements of the sun, moon, and stars. It can track the movement of the sun throughout the day and throughout the year. The wheel was designed to align with the sun's rays at different times of the year, indicating the changing seasons and the solstices. It is believed to have been used to calculate the precise time for various religious ceremonies and rituals. The mystery of the Sun Temple's magnets and the floating idol. One of the most fascinating aspects of this temple was that the sun idol was suspended in the air due to the use of magnets in its construction. As you entered the main temple, you'd notice a tall idol suspended in mid-air. It was a mystery for years as to how this happened. People were unaware that it was the magnetic field from all 4 sides that caused this to occur. However, this also resulted in the idol's removal. Although this has not been proven historically, many experts believe that a 52-ton weight stone known as lodestone was installed inside this temple and served as a natural magnet. Because of this lodestone, huge magnet, the idol of Lord Surya installed inside the Konark Sun Temple was always hanging in the air, which was nothing short of a miracle in and of itself. Different people now tell different stories about what happened to this magnet and where it is now. The most popular theory is that this temple was originally located on the seashore, but as time passed, the seawater level decreased and this temple was relocated several kilometers away from the coast. Legend behind the structure. In 13th century AD, 1,200 workers toiled for 12 years to build the Konark Temple, which is spread across 12 acres. It was built during the reign of King Narasimhadeva I of the Eastern Ganga dynasty. The temple was built in the form of a chariot, an engineering masterpiece. The stone structure was held together with interlocked metals. Two huge magnets weighing more than 5 tons kept the building together. It is said that the idol of the sun god was made of an alloy of 8 metals and was suspended in mid-air, balanced by the 2 powerful magnets. King Narasimhadeva I had set a deadline for the completion of the temple and threatened to behead all the workers if the deadline was not met. The temple was completed in time, but the crown stone of the temple could not be mounted. With time running out, the chief architect went into depression at the thought of the pending doom. A 12-year-old boy, Dharmapada, approached the chief architect and offered to fix the crown stone. He solved the problem and revealed his true identity. He was the son of the chief architect and had come in search of his father, who had left before he was born. Everyone was elated, but there was a fear that if the king came to know that a 12-year-old had fixed an architectural problem, which skilled workers could not, he would anyway kill them. When Dharmapada heard this, he jumped into the Chandrabhaga river from the top of the temple. With his suicide, the temple B502 Bad Gateway were worshipped there. When should you visit the Konark Sun Temple? Here's the key bit of information about the Konark Sun Temple, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Konark is a coastal town, which means that the best time to visit it during the winters. The weather is pleasant during that time, i.e. between September and March. Summer, however, should be avoided because the town can get hot and humid. And if you want to spend your time noticing the intricacies of the carvings on the chariot, standing out in the sun all day long can be exhausting. Pleasant weather will ensure that you don't exhaust yourself by simply walking. As for the timings, the Konark Sun Temple is open from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Since it's a temple dedicated to Surya, the best time to visit is in the morning itself. That's when you see the temple in its glory as it was intended to be. From parking to the temple, you can either walk to the chariot or take a shared auto up Pointing Arrow. While you're visiting the Konark Sun Temple, don't miss out on the Jagannath Temple Puri. In fact, your Orissa tour package C include a visit to both of these temples. Things to do in Konark. While you are visiting Konark Sun Temple, you can also visit other iconic spots in this coastal town. Take a stroll along the nearby Chandrabhaga beach as you soak in the picturesque view. It is perfect for relaxing and enjoying the sound of the waves crashing against the shore. You can even catch a glimpse of the temple in the distance while you sunbathe on the beach. Another must-visit attraction in the area is the nearby Puri Jagannath Temple. This centuries-old temple is dedicated to Lord Jagannath and is considered one of the holiest sites in the Hindu religion. The architecture and intricate carvings on the temple's walls will certainly leave you in awe. If you are looking for a stay near Konark Sun Temple, Lotus Eco Beach Resort, Konark is the perfect place for you. With its spacious and rustic villas and cottages and breathtaking views of the Bay of Bengal, our resort is the ultimate destination for those seeking peace, tranquility, and luxury.